Mate, if we could ask you about Dave Warner, have you sent your well wishes and been on the text or the FaceTime to him?
I haven't been FaceTiming him, but we've all sort of sent our congratulations to him and Candice on number 3. So it was pretty good for him, I think, the first 2. So hopefully some more success can follow after his 3rd.
He's due into camp soon, I think today. Got any baby gifts ready for him?
No, is that something I should have done? I think I'll have to ask the juror after this and have a chat to him. But yeah, I'm sure we'll probably get him something.
Sorry, no, you go.
How's the hay fever, man?
I'm telling you, that was pretty rare. Maybe I was allergic to Finchie's bowling. It was just first time for a while that's happened, but just a little sneezing fit.
Mate, on Dave, he's a guy who often comes into matches without a lot of net time anyway, doesn't it? Like, I can't imagine it'd be any concern to him that he's not training today. It was an optional one anyway. No?
He hits a fair few balls. Probably not as many as Smudge over there, but he does hit a lot of balls. He's a hard trainer, and you can see he's gone through a few different training methods. I suppose he's had the headphones in, listening to music. He's doing different things. I think he's batting in Sunnies the other day at Lords. So he's always innovating and trying something else, but he's been unbelievable for us. His success up the top with Finchie has been a key, I suppose, to getting us to where we are at this stage of the tournament.
How are you feeling form-wise, Glenn?
Yeah, good. I feel like I haven't hit the ball better in my career, just haven't really got runs. So it's been nice to be relaxed, I suppose, when I go out in the middle. Just runs probably haven't come the way I would have liked, but sure they're not far away.
Do you feel like you need a knock ahead of the semi-finals?
No, I don't feel like I need a knock. I think if I was out of form and out of runs, I think I'd probably be a bit more nervous, but I felt like when I came in the other day, I hit the ball in the middle of the bat and then hit the one on the toe end. When you're in position too early, not too worried about that. I think if I was getting beaten repeatedly, I'd probably be a bit more worried, but I've been hitting the middle of the bat repeatedly, training really well, so big one's not far away.
Is it a scenario thing, man? Because obviously a lot of times Finchie and Warner are batting the first 20 and you're coming in with 10 to go or whatever and you're trying to go straight away. Is that a lot of it?
Yeah, I feel like I've been able to play my role at different times. I suppose over the last probably 2 or 3 games, it's probably just been just haven't quite got away. And first bit of bad luck seems to sort of go against you. Got run out against Bangladesh when I was hitting them as well as we ever have. So from then on, it's sort of just been a bit tough going.
Is it just a matter of patience? Like when you feel you're in good nick but the runs aren't coming, that you just have to bide your time, and you would have been through tournaments when this has occurred? Yeah,
it's about not overcomplicating and trying to reinvent the wheel, I suppose, at training. I've stuck to my the way I've sort of gone about my training. I've hit balls a lot, I suppose, on the main day and the day before the game. With today, sort of just worrying about my bowling and making sure that's up to scratch. But just not overcomplicating and making sure that you're not clouding your head even further.
Tell us about, I guess, coming here and what you did earlier in the season here, like not playing in the IPL was a big decision. Do you feel like that benefited your cricket leading into this World Cup?
100%. As I said, I think this is probably as well as I've hit the ball in my career. It's just the runs probably haven't flowed as I would have liked, but I still feel like I'm in really good touch. I think having that month here, getting used to conditions, getting my technique right for these conditions has been a great benefit to me, and I'm hoping to cash in, I suppose, at this time of the tournament.
What's it like here? I mean, you bowled a lot here, right, during that stint. Like, what are you kind of going to say to the rest of the guys about it?
Yeah, I suppose for me there was a little bit of sea movement. I suppose earlier on in the season, it was April, but there was a little bit of movement out there. Having watched the couple of games that they've played here, I think cross seam and angled seam balls have actually come off the wicket a little bit differently, so maybe a bit of that as well.
You ever hit one on the toe like that?
I've never got out like that.
Yeah.
I've hit a couple off the toe, but yeah, for it just to balloon back to the bowl wasn't very nice.
I think fielding-wise, you're number one for the Australians in terms of runs saved, maybe 3rd or 4th in the World Cup. Is that something you've prided yourself on at this tournament?
Yeah, I think to not have probably the runs that I would like, but to still be able to contribute in a way has always been something I've prided myself on, and fielding something you can control, you can practice, and it's something I suppose practiced since I ever started playing cricket, and it's something I always wanted to be really good at. Got one of my fielding idols standing over there that I used to watch go about his business and wanted to be involved in the game like that, and to be able to still bowl a few overs and to be able to try and create some chances for our team has been something I've been really happy to be a contributor in, I suppose, during this tournament.
Do you feel like you bowl, like with guys coming back into the team, do you feel like you bowl less now, or does it affect you?
I feel like I bowl at different times. Probably not less. I still think if Gaz plays, there's obviously a reason to bring him in. If the ball, we get spin, but Gaz generally spins them on glass. He was spinning them up the hill at Lords the other day on a pretty good wicket. So I suppose we just bowled differently at different times. So it's actually nice bowling in tandem with him as well.
Just to go back to your batting for a second, mate. If you look at your strike, I don't want to get too nerdy, but obviously you're pretty well above what you are for your career normally. So have you come in with a different mindset, or is that just something that's happened?
I think it's probably more the success of the top order and the times I've come in, and having that specific role, I suppose, in the team to be able to change the game at the back end. And as I said, I don't feel like I've hit the ball better than this in my career, and to be able to go out there and even against Bangladesh, there was no pre-idea that I was going to go out there and try and hit every ball over the fence. It's just I tried to squeeze one away for a single, went for 4, then had a free hit my next ball, and all of a sudden then you're away. It just sometimes it can happen like that in the game, and but yeah, as I said, feel like I've been in good touch and runs are around the corner.
If you finish top, you stay in Manchester, and then you've got a longer break to the final if you win the semi. How big of an advantage might that be?
What a place Manchester is, so I'd love to stay here. But yeah, the incentive to finish top would be great, and to get as much time you can in one place. You don't have to pack your bags again. Feels like we did a lot of that early on in the tournament. I think we had the 4 games in 8 or 9 days at one stage where it was just pack, unpack repeatedly. So to have that, I suppose, at this end of the tournament would be nice.
You said, I guess, that you're really comfortable in your role and you're hitting them as well as ever. Like, considering how few balls, I guess, you face in this tournament, is that something you could have done in the past? Like, is there a bit of growth to be able to do that?
Sorry, a bit of growth on...
Yeah, so, like, I guess, having faced so few balls in this World Cup, like, say, if you went back to 2015, do you reckon you would have been able to kind of be in that same mindset that you're happy?
Yeah, I think you're right. It is a bit of maturity growth and trust in my preparation. I think I would have probably been searching for something a couple of years ago, where now I know when I go out to bat, I know I've been doing the right things. I know I've been training the right way and hitting the ball in the middle of the bat. And to trust that, I suppose, going in without a lot of runs behind you probably does take a few years to sort of learn that and grow from that. But yeah, it's something that I suppose I've gone through stages during my career where you might not get the time out in the middle like the top order does, but when you do get out there, you've got to try and make the most of it. And I suppose to have the faith the selectors have had in me to sort of still be here and to be the sole spin all-rounder in this squad is nice. Well, now we've got Stephen Smith as well, so leggies and offies at the moment.
I was going to say, yeah.
What's that about?
Is that new?
Well, it caught me off guard. I was at cover and he goes, I think I'm going to bowl offies. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah. And sure enough, he goes, geez, I'm nervous about this. So it was just a short boundary to a left-hander. I think if you had a bowl leggies, I think they would have tried to take him on. So it certainly caught them off guard as well. I was sort of looking Jimmy Neesham's face and he was like, what was that?
Is that Steve being a freakish talent or just a little bit different?
It's certainly him being a freakish talent and probably a little bit different as well. But he is a freak. And watching him go about his business, even today at training, he was just changing ball to ball and still being able to land them. He's extremely skillful and yeah, he's been doing the job with the bat as well.
Do you think we'll be seeing more of that throughout overs, mixing it up, offies to leggies?
Yeah, if he's at the bowling crease, definitely, and if he's bowling well, like, I thought he bowled really well the other day, and when you're putting pressure on, I suppose, both edges of the bat, by changing as well, off spinner to leg spinner is a pretty hard thing, especially when you only practice it half the time. Yeah, it just shows the talent he is.
Max, do you have a memory of, I'm going a long way back here, but of 1999 and also that World Cup semi-final against South Africa, and do you remember much of it? You would have been what?
I was 11.
Do you remember much of it when you watched it and all that kind of stuff?
I do remember it. I think I was probably being a bit naughty by staying up and watching it. Definitely a school night. It would have been, yeah. I do remember it. Probably my memories of that was was just the final over with Lance Klusner. I was thinking there's no chance. This bloke is absolutely hammering them, and I think he had an unbelievable strike rate for that tournament as well. I think that was so far ahead of, I suppose, the times for a finisher to be able to hit that. I think that stuck with me with how hard he hit the ball, and it felt like wherever they put a fielder, it didn't matter, and he was able to hit it past him. But for Damien Fleming to hold his nerve. Former coach missing a run out, Darren Lehman, from about here to there. He used to always spray me about how bad my underarm was, so I wish I had used that as a memo against him. That would have been nice.
Just on training today, mate. It seemed like a lot of top order guys didn't have it. What was it was a bit of a different focus?
I think with 3 days into a game where we've played a lot of games, we've trained a lot during this tournament. It was probably more about giving our lower order a long, decent hit and giving them time to, I suppose, if they do have a roll with the bat, making sure that they've got every opportunity to train and get ready for that. But it was more, I suppose, we've got 2 main days where we're going to, I suppose, wind the quicks up and get them going tomorrow, and obviously the optional day before the game. But it was probably more about them getting a bit of time in the nets, and they always joke about being net testers at different times and not getting a lot of time, but yeah, today was about them.
Who was the pick of the bowlers with the bat?
Nathan Lyon was very impressive. Adam Zand was very, very pretty without hitting the ball very hard. He's got a beautiful bat swing, but just hits everything through cover and chips them around. But yeah, Nathan Lyon crunched him.